So those of you who watched my video on Friday know that I have sold out of this size journal. This is a single signature journal with a cardstock cover. I sell them for $25 and I am sold out of them. So I need to make a bunch because in 2 weeks' time, I'm filming this on Sunday, the 1st of June. On the 14th of June, in 2 weeks, I have another craft fair, and I have no $25 journals. Well, now I have one. I'll give you a peek at this one perhaps at the end of the video. We'll put that aside for now. Hi, I'm Cindy. Welcome to my channel. And I am now in the, oh my glory, I have to make journals mode. So I have grabbed these two journals, these two paper packs, which do not look like they would, I'm going to try to get them in frame, don't look like they match at all. This one I actually made my very first swap journal out of, and I will, if I have a video for it, I will link it in the comments below. I think I do, but I can't remember. It was a long time ago, about 4 years ago that I did this one. Excuse me. I am getting over a cold. It is almost completely gone. I'm just a little bit, I have a little tiny bit of a cough left, and that's it. So I have these two paper packs, and I thought, okay, I'm going to take one of every page out of them. This one has 12 different designs in it. This one doesn't tell me how many different designs there are in it, but there were a lot. Because my thought was to make 2 journals, one out of each kind. Well, I did film this yesterday, make a film yesterday of me putting the signatures together. It was so dull and so boring that I threw it away. I threw the video away because I didn't just make 2 journals, 2 signatures. I made 5. 5 signatures out of those 2 paper packs. So I have lots of things here to work on. And my goal now is to complete 5 journals in 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to get there, but we're going to try. Now, some serendipity happened today. Before I get to the serendipity, let me show you what else I have pulled out. I do have the scraps. These are all the pieces left over from once I did the cutting down, because I cut the 8.5, I cut them down to 8.5 by 11 from 12 by 12s. So those are all my scraps to play with. And you'd think, okay, you got a ton of scraps here. Lots of places to make journal cards, pockets, all sorts of things. So that's a good resource to have. There's lots there. I have also pulled out my washi. And these are, the tray that I use for my washi, by the way, is the inside of an Oreo bag. You know how the Oreos come stacked up? Yeah, well, that makes a perfect thing for me to put on my table with the washi that I want to use for a particular project. So, reduce, reuse, recycle. I've also pulled out some teal ribbons. I've gotten some little thingies here that may or may not be used. Who knows? Just some stuff that was hanging around. But the true serendipity came. If you are a member of my coffee shop, I do have memberships available, and every month I put out 5 freebies, 5 digital freebies that you can download and use in your own projects. They can be, you can use them, you can sell them as far as, you know, if you make something out of them, use them in a project, you can sell the project. I don't have a problem with that. What you can't do is sell the actual digital file, because that's mine and I'm giving it to you for free. So, to my members for free. So I was putting up this morning June's freebies, and I realized that the master board that I have put in there is still in my masterboard book. So this is this is just a journal that I got at one point with the intent to scrapbook and put memories and whatnot in it. And I ended up using it for master boards. And look what's here. Does this look familiar? So I have a digital of this now available. And in fact, my printer is printing me out a digital version of this right now. So I will get it very shortly. But I'm going to take this out of my masterboard book, put my masterboard book away, and I'm going to cut this up and use this in these journals. How perfect is that? These were all leftover scraps, not all from this particular journal. You know, those polka dots don't appear anywhere. But yeah, let me go get the digital from this. It should be finished printing by now. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back with the digital. And as you can see, because this one is square and now this one is rectangular, things come out a little bit differently in the digital than they do in the original. But I'm okay with that. I think that came out, that's really cool. I'm going to use both of these in this project. Yay! I am so thrilled to have found this. This is not something I expected to find until I went to post those on Coffee. So this is a free digital on Coffee. You can find this particular piece. I have borderless printing on my computer, or on my printer, so I don't have to worry about a border. And I printed this on cardstock because I figured I will want to use it for tags or, well, in fact, let's go ahead and cut it up. Let's do this. So this is 8.5 by 11. So I think I'm going to go, let's see, that's, if I turn it sideways and I go to 8.5, that's going to give me a narrow strip. And now I'm at, let's do one at 2 inches. Do I want another 2? No, I think let's do one at 3 inches. I'm making this up as I go along, obviously. 3 inches. And then I'm going to turn it sideways. Now I'm at 8.5, and I'm going to go at 5 inches will give me a 3-inch tag. I think I don't want a 3-inch tag. I want 2.5 inches. So we'll do that. See it? How wide is it? Oh, that's a 3-inch tag. Okay, that's what I want. So a 3-inch tag, not a 3.5. And if I go at 3 inches again, it gives me another 3-inch tag and a, how big is this one? 2.5-inch tag. So those are good. I would like to leave this one as a fairly wide belly band, and it's 8.5. So I'm going to leave this one alone because I might want to use that one as a belly band. And then this one, oh, let's make some little tags. I don't have a lot of little tags. So we're going to go at there. I don't know, what was that? That was, I had it at 6 inches, so that's probably 2.5. And a little 2-inch tag, and then a 4-inch. I don't know what I have. Let's see what I have. So this is the digital that I have cut up, not the actual masterboard. I will be cutting up the actual masterboard, but let's see what we got out of the digitals. So I have, I think that one goes that way because those look like this. Okay, maybe I don't like that as a belly band because the butterfly is sideways. We'll see. I've got a cool thing here, cool thing here. Okay, and then 2 more. That one's the same size as that one? Yes. And this one's a little bit narrower. All right, so we have some cool things to play with. I think what I'm going to do real quick is decide which ones I want. I think, you know what? I'm going to make them all as tags. Or tags or journaling cards, with the exception of the, you know what? I think I don't want that as a, let me just grab this one. Because I really don't like the fact that the butterfly is sideways. But I do want to capture the butterfly and the flower together. So there. That one's roughly that size, and this one is roughly this size. So we have these to play with. So many choices. Now, I also have to make the decision, do I want to do these with vintage photo or do I want to do these with a different color? And I think the Art is Life one, which is what, this one, and is it this one? No. Which is the other one that is primarily, this one is primarily pink. This one came out all pink. What is hanging in there? Oh, that's the edge of that. Okay. So this one is primarily pink. This one is pink and green. And it came from this paper pack. So I'm going to put that together with that. And this one is primarily from this same paper pack. And then this one is from this paper pack. Not that it matters, but what it will do, I'm going to put those aside for now. What it will do is help me, if I want another page or something out of here, like I didn't cut up any of these yet. So I have all of that to cut up. There's another one. So I have all of those to cut up, and I will keep those aside for stuffing into pockets. Okay, I think I've waffled enough. I think it's time to actually make something here. Now, because these have a lot of washi tape and whatnot on them in the print, like that's a washi tape, I don't know that I need that much more washi tape on them, but let's go ahead and make these into, the ones I'm going to make into tags, let's make into tags. Let's do that part and get that done. So I'm just using my store card. This is just an old store card. This store no longer exists in our area. So I don't have it to, there's no point in keeping the store card because the store doesn't exist. So, and right now this store card is so full of glue. Okay, I'm going to take those pieces and toss them. Okay, now I have 2 tags. And I like this as a little mini tag. So I want a smaller edge at this point. So I'm going to go with this is another old store card. I don't know if Sears exists anywhere. Do you have a Sears near you? I like that. We'll just do a little bit there. I used to have it. My parents had a Sears account for decades. Okay, I'm going to do these 2 together. And I'm going to use, come on, because they're very similar in size. So I'm cheating and I'm making them faster. Okay. Now, in order to make these into tags, I will have to put holes in them, and I will be getting out my hole reinforcers for them. There we go. Put that away. Put that away. I'm one of those people that puts my things away as I go because I always want to be able to just simply reach over and have it. I don't want to have to be looking for it. My husband has a tendency on his workbench just to put things down wherever he sets them. And that drives me crazy because then I go for them. I got to the point where I have my own tool chest. It has a hammer, a screwdriver, a tape measure. I think it has a wrench and a pair of pliers. And I said, I'm tired of having to search every time I want to find a tool. There. So now I have my tags all made. I've got 3 journaling cards. I have 4 5 tags. 5 tags and 3 journaling cards that came out of that. How easy is this? Okay, that did not come out very well. Let me get that a little bit. There we go. That's a better cut. All right. I will be right back. I'm back. I just needed to get some water. Okay, so I decided I am not going to decorate these today. I have them, and now what I do is I put them in here. That is my, okay, you've got them to use, decorate them up later. I will cut up that master board later. What I'd like to do is get started on this journal. So it opens, it's got a bit of a flap. It has a short piece here, and then a very, very, very busy piece. And I'm going to move that out of my way because I don't want those cards right now. I want these cards. And some of these are already kind of cut up into, oh, I know what I wanted to do with these. If I can find the right space, I think it's right in the middle. Yep, there we go. I had initially done these as, here, let's do it this way. I think it's easier. I had initially simply folded these up and made them pockets, but then I realized I had a whole bunch that was upside down. The page itself was upside down. These were right side up, but the page was upside down. So what I've done now is, let me get the page out. Yeah, so the page was this way and these were this way. And so I said, okay, never mind. So I cut them off and I'm going to now attach them here. And then this is the center of my journal. And I'm going to just trim those up so they are a little bit more even. And let's see. There we go. No, there we go. We could do this. And when I put them on there, what I'm double checking is to make sure that I have a space in the middle, because I don't want to add bulk. So yes, I do have a space. So we're good. So let's go ahead and add these in as our center pockets. And this is primarily what I am doing. No, I want to grab it by this end. Hang on, making sure. Yep. Okay. I don't want to put it on upside down after all I went through to make sure that it would be right side up. So if you have your craft supplies out, go ahead and craft with me and spend some time making or decorating a journal, because that's what I'm going to do today, is decorate journals. And I'm bringing it all the way over to the edge. I want it all the way over to the edge, and because I want that space in the middle. I keep clearing my throat. I brought the water bottle right in with me. This is just a little bit of leftover from the cold. There we go. I'm holding it by the right end. I just double checking, quadruple checking, quintuple checking, just to make sure. So my glue is getting old. I'm down to the bottom of it. And I have 2 bottles that are down to the bottom. So I'm just going to have a little bit of issues with glue for a little while. But that's all right. Now, I did not distress these because I got to decide what I want to distress with. All right. So there, my center is now done. I might just leave the outside Art is when your creativity comes to life. And I really like that. That was one of the big panels, and I just kind of chopped it down. And then I liked the idea of a flap here, so that's the flap on the front. And then this page was short, because if I made it too long, then I cut off a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of things going on here yesterday. All right, let's go back to here. And I think I want to take, do I want the lighter or do I want the darker? Let's go with the darker. Put the top on my glue. Another reason that it keeps getting, okay, hang on, let me do a quick measurement. I'm just double checking. I think I want this at 5 inches. Yes, I do. One of the reasons my glue tends to get yucky is the fact that I keep leaving the top off of it. That doesn't help. Okay, so this is the one of the pieces that I cut off. It makes a relatively deep pocket, but I'm okay with that, because what I'd like to do then is take maybe this stripe and add it down as a little mini pocket. Da, 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 da. Okay, but this one I am going to put a thumb notch into. There. Now I know for sure which is the right side. And it has an all-over pattern, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. I'm getting clogged up here. Hang on. I would like to try starting to use art glitter glue, and we are now at the time of year when I can order it, so I probably will do that soon. My no-buy year refers primarily to, well, to stores, even to online shopping and whatnot. I'm not buying from digital creators. I'm sorry, this year I'm not buying from Michael's. I'm not buying anything new, but I can buy glues, and I can go thrift store shopping. And in fact, I should show you, I got a couple things from a couple pieces of fabric. I went to a benefit, a garage sale benefit. We have a local animal shelter, and once a year they do this huge garage sale. It's in a barn out on a farm, and it's a mammoth. Now maybe I'll do it this way and tuck this way, because I've got that butterfly that goes there. But it's a mammoth sale, and my husband and I went on Friday, and I bought a lot of books. This way. For me, I did buy a book of quotations, which I'm kind of excited about looking at, but I got it home and I opened it up, and oh my glory, the scent of cigarette smell. Obviously it was in the house of a smoker, and I did not realize that as I was boy, did I measure that right or what? So now I can take one of my little tags and pop it right in there. Won't that be cool? Once I decorate those up. So that page is done at the moment. I have a lot of white space. I don't know what I'm going to do with all my white space yet. This one I might leave, because you can write over that. I got to do something with all that white space. I kind of like that the way it is. I'm looking for the busy pages first. So my thought is to deal with the busy pages first, which is really, I guess, primarily that page. That, and then you have these, that page and this page. But boy, look at those butterflies. Sorry. Trying to see my time, where I am on my time here. All right, I'm at 25 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off my camera. I'm going to keep working here. I did promise a quickie walkthrough of the Wisdom Begins with Wonder journal. It's this one's only 8 inches tall by 6 inches wide when you include the lace. That's the word. But this was fun to make. So I have a pocket here and a pocket here that I put a card into, and a big pocket over here with a big card. And then there's just some little papers attached to there. You open this up and there's a pocket here with a card party invitation for the benefit of the Geneva Free Library, 1949. It was actually not an original, that is a digital. And then this flips out, and there's lots and lots of room to write. That's a big area to write in. And then we flip, and we have some fishies, and we flip, and that's a French postcard, or postage stamp. Nothing is, you saw me make this on Friday. Life is nothing without passion. And it's a nice little card that goes into the window. Come on. You went in so beautifully last week. Go right on in. There we go. And then we have a pocket. It's a journal card here with a pocket on it. I put a card in it. That goes in there. I just tucked one little thing up in the belly band just to show that there was a belly band there. But I figure whoever buys this, you've got your own stuff that you're going to want photos and whatnot and receipts. I did a tab here at the top. And this pocket has just a little tuck space here. And then a nice big journaling card here that you can write on horizontally. And then there's a little card tucked up under there. And I was going to put something in here, but then I thought, oh, that would be a fun place to write. So I'm going to leave that alone. The center of the journal, this is a sewn signature, and I sewed it on the machine. So there are 2 pockets here. So you can see the sewn signature here. Or I guess that's the center. This is the center. And then this was fun. So this is a pull-out. Get on the, so you can see the whole thing. And then there's writing space on the back, and there is a journaling card back here. And then this, I'm not going to undo these. This is a little pack of cards. It's a little pack of, just little playing cards. But they're all queens, and they're all aces, and, it's not a real playing cards. But they're pretty. And I decided to leave them together like that because whoever gets this can then just decorate to their heart's content wherever they want to put them. These are, I did a bulb pin clip, and then there are 3. You could take them off and use them to journal on. You can do whatever you want with them. That's what I love about these things. You can make it your own. And then there's a little tuck space there, and it says Ephemera Queen, If the Shoe Fits, and Forever Friends. So there's another double pocket there. Big journaling card on the back, and then a little journaling card with the queen on her again. And then I just stuck a couple of these little doodads because I had them and they were the right color. Writing space, another little tab up here, cute little frame with a flower in the frame, a little tuck space over here, and a big journaling card in the back. And that's the end. Now I do have enough to make and I chose, because of all the lace, I chose to tie it vertically rather than horizontally. But I do have enough to make a second one of these and had thought to make it, but I'll be honest with you, I get bored. And so I didn't really want to make another journal exactly like the one I had just made. So what do? I then go and make 5 journals just like the one I just made. Okay, come on. I am just all thumbs today trying to do my bow. There we go. Yeah, we'll just leave it for now. All right, so that's that. It's $25. I don't know if you're really interested in it, just let me know. I am willing to sell it before the craft fair. I made it for the craft fair in 2 weeks' time, but I'm happy to sell it before that. I'm not probably going to put it up in my coffee shop. Just send me a note and I will figure it out. $25, $10 shipping and handling. All right, if you're enjoying these videos, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, click the like button to let YouTube know that you like them, and join my coffee shop and get that digital for free. All right, till later, this is Cindy signing off.